If you're a B2B company and lead quality is suffering, you more than likely have a customer journey problem. If you're ready to revolutionize the lead quality, here are my 10 steps that will help you along the way. I'm going to help you break down how to turn your B2B leads from just okay and even bad to outstanding. Essentially, we want to advertise and attract the main ideal customer profile that your company wants. In general, leads that you acquire from digital advertising come in numerous temperatures. The temperatures are cold, warm, and hot. But in this video, we're going to focus on improving our digital advertising lead quality when trying to go after net new leads from companies that have never heard of us before, aka the coldest audience. We want these leads to be the most ready to buy and the most engaged, but we don't want to confuse a company of being in market versus ready to buy. These are two different points in the customer journey. A company can be in market for a certain solution, but may need further education around all of the possible solutions that are available. This is where you need to help guide the buyer down the customer journey. What I'm aiming to solve for in this video is the debate of volume versus quality, using vague marketing content at scale, the problem of broad advertising and targeting in a noisy world, overly aggressive prospecting without having the intent data to have solid reasoning behind the aggressiveness, the increasing privacy restrictions from advertising platforms that takes away behavioral information that we would like to have on our target B2B buyers, and the internet moving into a cookieless environment. And how do we measure success? Well, 78% of B2Bs use lead conversion as their yardstick. Yet, the journey from a marketing qualified lead or MQL to a sales qualified lead SQL is tough. Only 13% of leads make this cut. Also, 41% of B2B businesses manage their marketing programs in-house. Now, all of these statistics that I'm mentioning are pulled from the link in the description. However, many B2B marketing teams are small and don't have the bandwidth to support everything that goes into mastering the B2B digital go-to-market process from my experience. So stay tuned as I give you my top 10 tips on how you can increase the quality of your leads. Imagine getting leads that are more than just numbers. They're the exact match for what you offer. If that sounds exciting, then let's make it happen. First things first. Google Ads and your account-based marketing platform of choice are your best pals here. If you have access to account-based data and subscribe to data enrichment platforms, then these should be your secret weapons for building your ICP and starting your customer journey with intent data. Intent signals based on your target industry or targeted accounts will help you save thousands in marketing spend. They help you find companies that are waiting for what you have. These platforms are like a treasure map and they help us find gold. I'm not saying that social channels such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok won't work for you, but these channels require a separate strategy due to them being interest-based instead of intent-based. I'll speak to LinkedIn later in the video though. But for a B2B company, we want to focus on who is ready to buy and ready to buy now. And we get this type of information from specific B2B vendors such as third-party review websites such as G2, demand-based, and keyword search queries from Google Ads. Now, for your customer journey. Tip number 2, landing pages and copywriting will act as a filter for who you want and who you don't want. If your landing pages don't speak to the right buyer, then you're decreasing the effectiveness of your conversion rates on your pages, which can potentially lead to the wrong leads filling out your lead forms. Your pages should be super inviting, but to the right ideal customer. Think of this as your business's welcome mat. Make them simple, clear, yet super engaging to the right buyer. The clearer the messaging for the ideal customer, the better your MQL conversion rates will be. We also want to think about adding reCAPTCHA to prevent spam, better on-page forms for questioning, and client filtering technology such as chatbots. But the highest leverage and least technically complex improvements we can make to a landing page to improve our lead quality is the copywriting and clear segment cues. The better we understand our ideal customer profile, the better we can make content and copywriting that speaks to this market segment. Tip 3. Now let's add a personal touch for attracting the right leads. We should always aim to personalize the B2B customer journey, especially when working with an account-based approach. You can use tools like Mutiny HQ or Qualified to chat with each potential lead as if you're talking just to them. This is where we can get really interested in what the traffic that reaches these pages has to say. And for tip number 4, content is a really big deal in nurturing the right leads. A good 46% of B2B companies are gearing up to boost their content marketing spend in the next year. And guess what? The world of digital advertising is booming, and that spend is expected to hit a whopping $375 billion. Content is important because the B2B buying decisions aren't made in a vacuum. Your ideal customer needs to be able to show management the justification for your solution further down they get into the buying process. So we need to create content that not only solves problems, but you want to be considered the go-to expert that your industry needs. To wrap up the importance of content, over half of B2B buyers, 52% to be precise, are more likely to buy from a brand after diving into their content. Content truly increases the effectiveness of all of your other marketing channels. That's the true power of words. Now for tip number 5, LinkedIn is a gold mine for enhancing your B2B lead quality coupled with account-based marketing plays. We can always refine the ICP using ABM insights that we get from LinkedIn and whatever ABM platform you might use for buyer intent. Use LinkedIn smartly for ads, specific campaigns for high-valued accounts, and the highest returns for your B2B advertising efforts out of any social channel. The larger your company may be and more mature sounding your company's messaging is, the higher the likelihood of LinkedIn being your social channel of choice. Mid-market and enterprise companies are definitely on LinkedIn because they take this platform the most seriously from a career perspective. P.S. It's where your future leads hang out. You can also use content syndication vendors to have the highest precision of lead targeting. However, many of these leads will not be in a ready-to-buy category. Tip number 6, teamwork makes the dream work. Marketing and sales feedback loops are your key to improving your lead quality because the sales department is usually the first over the phone, human-to-human interaction that a lead gets. Your sales and marketing teams need to be on the same page. It's like having a team of soccer players and they all know the game plan. The better your feedback system with your sales team will be the biggest differentiator in how you should approach your go-to-market strategy. They have the closest interactions with your ICP, and I often get copywriting, targeting, inclusion, and exclusion ideas based on what sales tells me for campaigns that I'm optimizing myself. Tip number 7, test, 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 and test again. We want to try different things to see what your audience likes best. Basically, we want to keep experimenting and bake the perfect cake. You can keep track of all of your experiments in an Excel file, or if you prefer a project management platform like Asana. And that leads me to tip number 8. We want to track everything. So track, measure, and improve. You can only get better if you know what's working and what isn't. With all of the changes in online privacy, we must rely heavily on keeping tabs on our customer journey as it changes over time. Now let's tackle the big question. Do you want a lot of leads or do we want the right leads? It's tempting to say you want more leads, but just think about it. Isn't it better to have the right leads that are really interested in what you offer and are the most ready to buy? It's like fishing. Would you rather have a net full of any fish or just the ones that you actually want? Now for tip number 9, quality over quantity. That's the true key. And to add jet fuel to our advertising engine, focus ad impressions per targeted leads will drastically increase your lead quality. We need to do more advertising to the right and most qualified inbound accounts. Focus volume, targeted at the right people over time eventually turns tides. A few leads that are really into your business are way better than leads that are just meh. Focus on finding those leads that are super likely to say yes to what you have to offer. And finally, for tip number 10, remember, it's not about spending more, but spending smart. And intent data, sales feedback, and truly knowing your customer's journey are really the ultimate ways to spending the smartest in your industry. Put your money where it's going to count, on leads that are more than just names on a list, but potential customers who are excited about your product offering. And there you have it. These are my 10 simple ways to boost your B2B lead quality. To learn more about me, check out my description, and you'll also see more of the free tools that I have to offer. And if you like this video, hit the like button and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them and look forward to engaging with anyone that has questions around B2B marketing. Until the next time, keep building.